Oh no.
There we go.
We're actually live, right?
We are live.
All right. Yo, welcome to 3 Count Nation.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Ooh, I am one of your co-hosts, Mrs. Mystery. Clearly, the weed has already been flowing. It's your dude KT. Oh my gosh, things are falling everywhere. I know, but still.
It wasn't at the floor of the quarter short.
I know. I just didn't want it hanging. I didn't want it to hang and bang, brother. It's the one time you didn't want it to hang and bang, brother.
Do you wanna just start over, or do you want to keep this in
Yeah,
there?
let's keep this in.
Okay.
Listen. We don't edit here. We just go, baby.
All right, so I want to actually capture your live reactions to this bombshell I'm about to drop on you. Then.
Okay.
I bought the URL and I bought the hosting site, so I just have to I'm going to show you some prototypes, but we're going to have 3countnation.com
Oh my god,
up
really?
and running very soon.
Oh my gosh, that means we actually have to do more things now too with it.
I mean, hey.
Holy shit. Okay, wow.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
oh shit.
There's some things got to work out, so I can understand on my end, but the technical side, and we got to come up with actual design.
Yeah. Well, no, I was gonna tell you, I've talked to my artist friend Terrence this weekend at some point. Shoot him some texts and see if he can design us some a logo of us as the wrestlers or something neat. So so look at us. We're making moves. Yeah, bam.
Yeah.
Fucking fist bumps forever.
But let's get into it, man.
Let's do this thing.
Let's get into this. So over the weekend,
well, you want to do news first? Or you want to go right into Super
Let's
Show?
go into the showdown.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Let's get it out
Let's
of the way.
get out the way.
Get out of the way. So over the weekend, by weekend I mean Saturday at 4 a.m. Central Standard Time, we were out because we were playing Super Smash Brothers.
We Smash Brothers all night, but then okay, what were your initial thoughts? Just initial as we watched it.
I mean, it was okay. It was. I went in there with no expectations. You heard me say it.
That was it.
This is a glorified house show. It is what it is.
See, I don't even think I would call it a glorified house show because house shows is where the faces do all the fun stuff, and it's a lot more laid back. This felt like a super Raw SmackDown show, one of those type things where it's 3 hours. But it's Raw and SmackDown talent essentially.
No,
it felt like a cable.
4.5 hours.
I don't know. Yeah, trust me, it definitely went way too long. That's something else I didn't like about this. But it felt like a USA special Super Show.
Yeah, that's what it was called.
Yeah, I mean, it was called a Super Show, but it might as well been on USA instead of the network. I mean, that's the main point of the network is so they can do stuff like this. But I feel like we've watched this in different incarnations when the WWE Network didn't exist. So, and then we sat here in pre-show getting ready for it. We watched Raw. They had two of the same matches on the Super Show that we watched. They had rematches.
One had the same ending. The other ending was different.
Well, no, they both had different ending. Oh the different ending for for Ronda was that Ronda got swerved.
No, but I'm talking about the ending for the match.
For Roman and for
Ronda.
Yeah,
but that ending was.
I'm saying this. I'm talking about this. I'm sorry. You're talking about the ending. I'm talking about the story.
Oh.
The story actually.
No, there wasn't a story at the showdown. That's what I'm saying.
You're saying that there was no story?
Yeah.
But see, I thought that's the thing. You can't say that when they literally built up all this stuff to the showdown, but they took a giant dump on it by having a rematch. Well, at least for the Shield and the Hounds of War, or whatever. At least for the stuff for Ronda and the Bellas, that made sense. But they could have just did that in Australia.
Because we may not know this. We may not know that they didn't try to contact USA Network to get it on their channel. Hold on. And it's okay, we're going to do these same matches again on regular TV, and we'll get more people to watch the stuff that they couldn't get if they didn't have the network, and we're going to plug the network and see if people get it because they missed the show. I don't know.
I think that's out there. I think that's the thing. WWE's creative is haphazard, and but at least with this, the stories that they told on Raw, they made sense. The problem is they could have done them at the Super Show, and then this Raw could have just advanced the stuff we saw at Super Show instead of making Raw feel like a rerun of something
it was a filler episode.
It was a filler episode. Like we could have. Well, like you plugged the Super Show as something that was going to be big, and it was long. It was definitely
just long.
It was just long, and they're like, okay, let's just before we get completely into critiquing it, the show was good. Like if we're just going on the matches alone, without besides the last show match with Taker and Triple H, which is not good.
Then the match before that was not good.
I'm sorry, the match before. Yeah, they were the match before, right? I'm sorry, they weren't. They didn't close the show. I apologize.
Yes, they did.
They did.
They did, and the match before that was trash. The match before that was Miz and Bryan.
Yeah, well, I can forgive that because you never know what's going to happen in WWE. So at least they still.
Make that short.
I know. Yes. Yeah. I mean, we know backstage there are politics. We can always go into that, but I think this still plays into the WWE at times being unpredictable because we were all expecting an actual match, and then no match took place, or basically no, a quick roll up took place, and that was the match. So. Yeah, and besides those final matches, at least the rest of the matches were really good. Buddy Murphy and Cedric Alexander.
That was probably the best match.
Probably match of the night. So first of all, even though spoiler alert, Cedric loses his title, it was great to see Cedric in that spot.
Yeah, on the main card.
On the main card.
And he actually played heel.
Yeah,
we actually got to see.
That's gonna be fun to see that. Well, if I'm kind of behind on 205 Live just because work's been busy, and I've been trying to make sure that I don't give all my time to WWE wrestling. I've actually been giving myself to New Japan and MLW and in the local stuff like AEW and freelance. So I try to watch as much wrestling that's not just WWE centric. And 205's kind of been lost in the shuffle because of that. I'm also behind the Mae Young Classic too, but I'm gonna probably catch up on that this weekend. So there was more good than bad on the show, but the problem was everything went so long up until the Bryan match when the Miz and them went like 3 seconds, and then we had to suffer. I'm being over dramatic. It was just a mediocre match between two Hall of Fame type wrestlers with two more Hall of Fame wrestlers just kind of loafing around, pumping them up, and then we got a swerve finish.
Yeah, I mean we HBK back though.
So you're down with that?
I don't give a fuck, man. He's one of my favorite wrestlers ever. So.
I mean, he's one of mine. I mean, he's top 5. I mean, I grew up on Shawn Michaels, so when I watched it, I mean, I was sitting. I remember where I was when at WrestleMania when he lost Undertaker. Like that match was like, wow, that was incredible. What a way to leave, and he stuck to it. And there's something to that. Like I mean, I talked about it on the podcast, Perfect Strangers, but Bobby and Jerry about the fact that he held true to retiring in a genre like wrestling where everybody
sport in general.
Yeah, everybody retires. Yeah. Air quotes. I mean, Terry Funk's basically made that his gimmick essentially. Like he retires and comes back forever.
Ric Flair's last WWE gimmick was about retirement.
Ric Flair, literally. If Ric Flair didn't have the health problems, he probably would still want to wrestle. Like WWE had to tell him to stop. Like no, you go now. It's okay, man. We know you. We know you all time. It's okay, baby, all time. But there's no but. This is when people. I mean, I guess.
Even
did you like?
Was retired a little bit.
Yeah, I mean. I guess I would like to know if casual WWE fans really like that match. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm all about letting people enjoy themselves, letting everybody let people like things. But I'm all about that.
Well, let me ask you this: How many casual WWE fans have a network?
A lot.
Casuals.
Well, casuals.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know, but see, that's the thing. I still think even casual WWE fans, like 9.99. If you're using it for the pay-per-views, I still think casual fans are getting that. I don't know. I mean, WWE is making bank off of it, even if it doesn't seem like it. they're not losing subscribers last time I checked, but also I haven't checked in a month since because I think they released that report, their like subscriber report. I'm saying monthly, so that information becomes available at some point, and I haven't read about it in a little bit because I sometimes do because I like to know the business of these things, but I lost my point. My original train of thought was that did they like this match just as two of the all-time greats? Like, was this match something you like? Did you enjoy this? Like, Undertaker's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Triple H is up there, but that was not a good match. I mean, we sat here when Angle and Triple H wrestled against Ronda and Stephanie, and even back then we were saying, man, Triple H doesn't look like he's keeping up because we were like, wow, look how fast Angle's moving.
Yeah.
Like we sat here in awe of Angle, and it's like, wow, maybe it's not that Angle's moving faster. Maybe it's just that Triple H is that much slower.
Yeah.
Like Triple H looks the part of a wrestler still. There's no denying it. Like he still has a wrestler's body, but I didn't see the Triple H that moves like he did even in like this past year. I mean, yeah, this WrestleMania he didn't have it, but he wrestled Roman Reigns. What that was 2 years ago? Three? Was it
two.
3? 2. Yeah, I think it was 2.
Because Rollins won 2015.
Yeah, so 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So he's been wrestling
But then
off and on.
And then he fought Rollins last year.
Thank you. I was like, I
But
knew
it's
he
like-
was like it just like
That was his last good match.
yeah, that's right because Kingslayer stuff. That's right.
Yeah.
Thanks for the. So we've seen him even in this generation, this era, this recent 2 years in good shape.
He can still go. Like
He
he
can-
just wasn't.
But the thing about Triple H though is that, and about good wrestlers like himself is that they can put themselves in a good match. This making that match go that long didn't help Undertaker or Triple H. This isn't them when they were doing this stuff for WrestleManias and we were like teenagers in our early 20s when they were still going like awesome and Madman in 30 minutes and it was a show stealer. They don't have to do this.
No, they could have did a 15-minute classic.
That's it.
But they didn't.
They didn't.
So like my thing is this is why I'm actually excited that HBK is back because he's been actually training wrestlers for the past couple years,
he's in great
and
shape. Yeah.
he looks as though he's in great shape. So I'm actually expecting him to be able to outperform Triple H and Undertaker.
But that's the problem, John. Like I get that. That makes me not want to see this even more because Kane is. Isn't it weird that Kane actually is the one of all the four just right now, and we don't know because we don't know how HBK looks in terms of like ring movement.
Mm-hmm.
Kane looks the freshest.
Well, he was still wrestling the most recent out of them. Though.
Yeah, I mean that too, but he's still like this match would work more. Ooh, yeah, I think that's also true. Yeah. So he definitely looks like of the four in that match. He was the one that he's the one that actually looked and performed like he was the young guy.
Something you'll never hear again.
That's really weird. Like the mayor of Knoxville is like the one who moves the fastest in this big wrestling match, which is that's kind of telling. Like we talked about it last episode about this massive amount of talent that the WWE has, and it makes more sense for the Crown Jewel stuff, and we'll get there with that too. That Undertaker, Triple H, HBK, Kane be on that show. Yeah. Australia should have been more about your future or in your current guys. There could have been. I mean, if we're doing 4-hour shows, you could have probably threw some NXT people up there, had a couple of NXT exhibition matches, or even just some story stuff that you just could have.
Or a battle royale.
Yeah, or even when we get to news, we'll cover UK stuff. They could have had a UK match or two. So, there is so much that the Super Show could have covered that they didn't. And it felt like they wasted 2 shows. They wasted Raw, this past Raw, and a little bit of the Super Show on things they're just going to redo on Raw. Like, everything we saw at the Super Show that we stayed up for 4.5 hours for, we saw, besides the Buddy Murphy, like, The New Day match was really good, and they didn't have a rematch on SmackDown, so that was just there. That was a good match. I enjoyed that. Bloody Murphy, Cedric Alexander Stone was basically that was match of the night. Best match of the night. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. I mean, that match probably could have been longer, but it was good.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying, like I'm not. That's not. That was a match that I felt like was early because that was one of the earlier cards. That was one of the first 4 matches. Like there was the tag team SmackDown titles, the women's title, SmackDown women's title. What was in between that? Because the 4th one I think was AJ and Samoa Joe. I can't think of what was in between.
Wait, what was the ones you mentioned?
Tag titles, women's SmackDown title.
Wasn't it Cedric and?
I think yes. It was so then yes then the cruiserweight title and then Styles and Samoa Joe went on because after them that's when Bellas and Ronda I think went on. Because everything.
I can't wait for K-Shites to post the numbers and the amount of time of wrestling because it sounds like the card doesn't seem that big.
I think a lot of things went long. Because I remember just sitting there waiting when I think during the Ronda match, tag match, I was like, man, this thing's just going. And I was like ready for the next. Also, it was like 5:30 in the morning. I was like, can we just get to the things I'm actually interested in? So it was like, it felt like at times it kind of, the highs were really high, the lows were lows.
Oh yeah.
Like it definitely made me feel some type of ways. Which is still telling. Like it wasn't a bad show. It was a decent show. And that's not lost to me that these super shows aren't bad, and the matches aren't bad. It's just that don't repeat them on television. Just continue the story. Especially when you've actually sort of got me interested in what's going on your TV again. After once I stopped watching Raw at least partially became interesting again because I was still looking at stuff through Twitter, and I was like, "Oh, this is happening. Oh, let me check it out." And then once again, you're just like, I watched this happen, and then we're probably gonna watch it happen again, the Crown Jewel, and then lost in the shuffle of all this, by the way, is Evolution. Women's Evolution pay-per-view.
Oh, because they literally were just showing Evolution's return for SmackDown.
Oh yeah, it was okay.
I'm like,
we have SmackDown on in the background. There was definitely an Evolution promo being played, but I was alluding to the fact that we're a few weeks away from the Women's Evolution pay-per-view.
Let's be realistic. Let's just really be realistic. Evolution is only happening because of the Saudi show.
So, let's before we get there, because that'll be in news. Do we just want to let's give our final thoughts on Super Show because we've already kind of dissected enough. So,
It's a C. I give it a C.
I would also give it a C. I think we're of the same mind.
If oh my fucking wow, if the show was 3 hours and still had the Undertaker and Triple H match, I would have given it a B. But the show was too long, and it was way too early for that fuckery that was taking place.
That was so fucking long.
So yeah, it gets a C for me.
Yeah, same. You get to see. I was not impressed by. I think I was actually disappointed. More disappointed than I thought I would be. I think a lot of my disappointment is because I wanted to see this live because I thought what was going to happen in Undertaker Triple was going to be a spectacle. Yeah, like I stayed up for the spectacle, and it just reminded me that these guys are old.
Yep.
Old dudes. And that not necessarily that I'm old, but that the sport, the entertainment that I love, has not moved on to all the other cool things I've seen in wrestling, whether it be the promotion, whether it be on TV or even going to live shows that I'd rather pay my money for. Because like you offered me the chance to go to Raw on Monday, and honestly, I considered it for until I text you back. No, I was tired, but I honestly thought about it. I was like, I'm being given the opportunity to go to the show for probably nothing.
Yeah, I was using it.
Yeah, and it's just like I looked at the card to see what was gonna be on there. I was like, I didn't want to go. I had no interest. I'd rather pay money to a product that I know I'm going to have fun at, and I'm taking you I'm taking you. I'm getting your ticket. We're going. I'll let it's the 19th. It's a Friday night. Unless you have, you don't have school Friday, do you?
No, my classes are on Sunday, but. Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll talk about it.
What time? Because I wanted to check out this other graduation for another stand up too.
Okay, well it's supposed to be it's good. Yeah. Either way, I'll give you the date. If you can, you can. If you can't, there's always next month because they have shows monthly. So either way, I just want to go to a show with you. Like I've been talking to you about it, but I want you to go and experience the fun with me because I don't want to be I just want to be the only person harping on good local wrestling. Because like I had heard it from other friends, but I had yet to go, and then when I went, it's like, oh my gosh, I get it. Like it's a really cool experience, and I didn't feel like I would have that experience going to Raw. Yeah. Like even though I'm going with friends, I would going to try to see people I would know, it still would be like I wasn't having fun watching the product at home. If it's not it'll be the same thing if I go, and then I'm there, and then I'm out in Rosemont too, which means it's gonna take me forever to get home. I want to be able to I want to be able to enjoy myself, and even when I leave, be like, man, that was a good time.
So imagine how my commute would have been going home.
Yeah,
that was one of the main reasons.
Woo, doggy. No, I feel you. And I would have been like, bro, you can stay here on the couch. I would have honestly been like, bro, just come. Just stay here for the night, bro. Just pack a toothbrush and you can go home later. Cause I really didn't think about that until you just said it. I was like, wow, yeah, man. Like, I'm reasonably far from the Rosemont where WWE runs its shows. John is not reasonably far. He's like, I work out there. Yeah, let's say we both work. Yeah, we both work out there too. So the community is like we know it so well. It's like we can basically time our days and like. How we if we're not feeling up to it, it's like, can we make it? Can we make this trek? It's like no, because you gotta take a bus, train, plane, automobile to get to. It's like nah, it ain't worth it, especially when that weather get crazy sometimes. But yeah, I want. That's the thing. I wanted to know that feeling of buying a ticket to a WWE event and really enjoying it when it's here in Chicago, and that hasn't happened for me yet, and. I feel like it has, but I couldn't afford to. And now that I reasonably kind of sort of can, I can actually think about it. Like now I can't just be like, nope, I can't do it. Now I can be like, oh, let's see who's going to be there, what's happening in terms of story stuff. But maybe I can go to a Raw because it's a Raw that could possibly something cool could happen. Just like, nope. So bringing it back to the Super Show stuff, like these live shows. Should really be a spectacle.
Yeah.
And it had its moments where it tried to be, and it accomplished it at some points, but not enough to be like, man, this is well worth staying up at like 4:30 in the morning.
Well, the cruiserweight.
Really no doubt. Yeah, that's the thing. The first half of the card.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
But it's the other half. It was a tale. I think, and this is where I knew I was getting loopy. Because I just remembered this now. I remember, I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. This was a tale of two shows. Like, the first half of the show, good stuff, good story. The stuff with the stuff with Charlotte and Becky was really good.
Yeah.
Like, there was definitely good story building stuff, which, by the way, they built it up, that story. They continued that story on rematch on SmackDown, and it was better. It was better. It actually progressed even further. Like that was a rematch that worked because it told and continued something that's gonna continue to stoke the story of the women's championship. Whereas the one that rematched on Raw is basically holding your Universal title and your Intercontinental titles and your tag team titles hostage between these 6 men. Who aren't even fighting for the titles? They're just fighting over
this. You ever think about this? Because I just thought of this. What if the first half is all done by Triple H before he has his prep for his match?
So I was gonna ask you if you saw this article. I lost. I saw it on Twitter. It's basically Vince wasn't in Australia.
Huh.
Yeah, but I don't know. But that was just. We live in the age of wrestling news not being completely on the up and up.
It's the only thing where kayfabe still exists.
Yeah, even when it tries not to. So, but I read an article that said that Vince was not actually present at Super Showdown.
Yeah, what if Vince is
So,
banned from Australia?
that would be it. They're like, did he punch a kangaroo or something? Like where? Like why is Vince banned from Australia? But oh my gosh, we said we were gonna wrap up talking about the Super Show, but here we are to talk about it.
About Vince in Australia.
Talking about Vince in Australia.
Wow.
We just can't help ourselves. But that's even. Then it goes to show that as more things change, the more they stay the same. Because if Triple H was in, I would say let's just out. I mean, this is wrestling, so I mean we talk shit and run our dream matches all the time. For the sake of this wrapping up Super Show, this is Triple H's first time running a whole show. Like I mean a WWE type Super Show pay-per-view event. Yeah, that type of thing. Not the NXT stuff. That's a different monster.
He's done a pay-per-view. He did Payback.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was Payback. Was it Payback though?
Yeah.
I think he did. Yeah, but I guess, but I'm saying within the terms of what they're working with now, and I say the Vince McMahon edict of like what Vince basically had going into the show, what Triple H had to work with. Was this show indicative of what Triple H is or has to be for the WWE in terms of producing a show now? Because even though Payback was then, this is Triple H now and in the present form. This, if he actually ran this show, this was his show in Australia to run. Like we said, it was a tale of two shows. Is it a matter of when Triple H doesn't have to utilize even guys like himself, the older dudes, it's going to be a slog? And then because even if the Bellas weren't in that match, and it was just Ronda versus like Ruby Riott for the women's Raw title, that actually would have been a good match.
Yeah, they did it on TV.
Yeah, they did.
That's what made this happen on the Supercard because of what happened.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that was so forgettable. But the problem was, it was only forgettable because it didn't go that long. Even though when the match first started, it actually Ruby looked really good against her, and I feel like if they actually were given time to have a good actual match, I think her or Ronda could have a good match.
Anytime Ronda could be, I'm not even going to use the word carried because this is just disrespectful to her, but anytime she worked with a veteran or someone that commands,
yes,
a general. If she works with the general, she shines.
She shined, yeah. I mean, we saw that in WrestleMania.
We saw that with Nia Jax.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, I mean, which is funny because I still think Nia Jax isn't completely there yet, but you're not wrong. She definitely made Ronda look really good.
Really good.
Yeah, so no, I'm not challenging you there. But I always thought Nia Jax was still hitting that mark, or getting to that level. But she definitely with that Ronda match, I think we can. I was just disappointed that was the end of us seeing Nia for a while because it seemed like she was going to get that. Yeah. Even if she wasn't winning the championship, she was still going to be either a monster heel or they were going to do something with her babyface. I'm bummed how that stalled out. But the fact that the second half of that card was the stuff with John Cena, the Undertaker, Triple H, and then the Bellas,
and Daniel Bryan,
and then Bryan and the Miz. I mean, as much as we like the Miz and Daniel Bryan,
then we had the Shield or Seth and Dean.
Yeah, but I don't count them as old. I think they were the good part of that kind of that plotting stuff we just talked about, because Kevin Owens and Bobby Lashley and Elias, I'm glad they got some shine, but that was just to highlight John Cena, and then John Cena was just there
to hit his 6 moves.
Say he was there and flip his new hair. They could have did that without anybody. Could just had John Cena
Just there.
Just there. Or they could have did the same thing that John Cena did to Elias at WrestleMania, and then called it a night. I mean, I think because the expectation with WWE, whenever WWE televises something, the expectation to me, this is to me, is that when they're telling these stories, they're still going to try to tell them even if they're a network special. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I say they do that sometimes.
Yeah, and I guess I would like to see that all the time, unless it's like a tournament.
Either all the time or none of the time.
There it is.
Because
Like you can't have either or. I think that's my problem. It's like I
what's canon, what's not canon.
Yeah, like I wish I could be more of a have that more casual fan spirit where I'm just like, yeah, that was just a fun match, but I can't with WWE because they always want you to know, or they want you to have an idea of what's going on, or they want you to go back and like watch stuff so you know what's going on. So there's always this stuff that's like, so you're on the network to get this, and this, so you can know the history, but then sometimes you don't even know your own history because you're like starting and stopping shit all the damn time. And I wish that they'd either all or none. If it's a super show, it's just some matches. Don't put things on the line. Or like do just kind of like some gimmick matches like Taboo Tuesday. Or Cyber Sunday. You could do that like that as a super show when you're overseas. Stuff like that, you know. But yeah, let's get to news because man, we hit Pro Wrestling Sheet is giving us NXT UK that are told basically kind of revealed that NXT UK is officially going to start next week.
Yep, 8 p.m. Oh, that's 8
yeah,
p.m.
streaming next Wednesday, and I don't think I didn't have a time on there. Oh yeah, 8 p.m. Yeah, at 8. So congrats to the United Kingdom for getting their own NXT brand over there. That's really cool, especially for the likes of Pete Dunne and Tony Storm and the trendset, the men of Mustache Mountain.
Rhea Ripley.
Yeah. All that jazz.
What's the other chick's name? Team K.
What's her name? I can't think of her name right now, but I know exactly.
Kai.
Dakota Kai?
Yeah, Dakota Kai.
I thought she's from New Zealand.
I think they're putting that in there. If
oh,
I'm
she's.
not mistaken.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend
Toni
like.
Storm is Australian, ain't she?
I don't know. I'm not gonna even pretend like I do know. But here's so I have the network, and earlier in the show I mentioned that I don't have enough time to watch 205 Live and NXT. Here are the 7 different brands that the WWE wants you to follow on a weekly basis: Raw, SmackDown, NXT, NXT UK, Mae Young Classic, 205 Live, and the Mixed Match Challenge. All currently, as of today, October 11th, 7 brands of WWE wrestling. That I don't even watch that much television in terms of just like watching a TV show in a day anymore, just because of I'm limited in terms of time. Like I'll turn on Bob's Burgers to watch something I can at least like enjoy going to sleep, because if I watch wrestling after I'm coming from like a long day of work for either job, I'll fall asleep and then I'll have missed everything, and then I gotta go back and try to watch it again, and then I'm just wasting time. So I'd rather just not watch it and try to sit down and watch it when I get some time. And that's been stacking up. I think last month I basically like had to binge watch like 4 or 5 weeks of NXT before they had the next Takeover pay-per-view that week. And that was fun, but also I don't like, why should I have to do this? Like I want to watch 205 Live, but I don't even know how many episodes I am on that. It's just like, I think I'm 3 or 4 episodes behind on the Mae Young. No.
So you saw the first episode.
I saw the first 2 episodes of the million, and I might even watch. I can't even lie. I might be watching Mixed Match. I accidentally turned it on. Yeah, I accidentally turned it on because I think it was on I think I had it on like my computer or something, or I was somebody had
on Facebook.
Yeah, somebody had a link where they were streaming it from their Facebook page, and it's kind of like went on there, and I was just like, I'm not interested in this at all. So I turned it off, and so it's just, is this too much? And I'm asking you, do you think this too much?
I don't really follow it. You know what I mean?
I know you don't.
So it's just like, I watch NXT. That's really about it.
But I'm saying, in terms of like
the pay-per-views, like it's a lot of content they're dishing out.
Is it too? I'm asking, but is it too much to without enough time? Without being paced. You know what I'm saying? Because we're basically having 3 pay-per-views this month, if you're thinking about it. Sort of. Like, within time frame.
No, we got 3 pay-per-views this month, right?
Yeah.
We got Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
We got the Super Show and the Evolution.
Evolution, yeah.
And then
Crown Jewel is basically, early November is Crown Jewel.
Crown Jewel and then...
Survivor Series.
And War Games.
Oh my gosh, that's... War Games is for NXT. Oh yeah, that's true. We're down. Yeah.
Yeah, so... Yeah. 3-3.
You are way too chill about this.
Like,
but you're right. But that's the thing. You're right.
That's the only thing that I'm watching though. It's like,
but the thing is, even for me too, it's like I'm not watching all of them. I'd like to try to watch some of them, but it only feels like I can really only watch one.
Like my thing is, there's no point in watching the episodic shit when you just wait for the movie to come out.
In terms of the pay-per-view, basically.
Pay-per-views at the movies.
Yeah, I mean, that's a logical reason, the way to consider it. I guess that I like to watch TV shows too, but I don't like watching bad TV shows.
Yeah, that's why I'm not watching it. Raw and SmackDown are kind of bad TV.
But the problem is though, because there's never a rerun, you've got to keep watching with expectation. See, I know that's the thing. I think there's two ways to look at it. When it comes to, there's you who's like, no, I'm just not going to watch it till the movie comes out. But there's also people like myself who just want it to be good for, even if it's not good every week, just have a run.
You're asking for too much.
But that's I don't think I am. I really don't think that I am.
Think about it. You already stated that they're giving out too much content weekly. How are they keeping up with that content? They're overworking these people. These people's minds are screwed. They haven't wrote good WWE TV in 4 years, dude.
And they have the talent to write good TV.
They have talent in the ring. They don't have creative talent. Remember this?
No, I disagree with that. They have talent. The role of creative is to make that talent, put that talent in a position to be creative with what they've got and to make the story interesting. They don't utilize enough talent because they're putting too much creative into one story or 2 stories or main stories, and then everything else is just whatever is considered. Case in point, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Was he even on the super card?
No, and I barely think he's on SmackDown. We'll see at SmackDown Progressives, but
no, he didn't show up on here.
But that's the. It's fine. I think NXT UK is basically just another outlet for fans who don't want to see the wrestling that we are talking about not watching, because NXT UK, that style of wrestling is different and won't necessarily be about the stories, even though they'll work to that. It'll just be, initially it's going to just be about the matches, right? Ideally.
It's going to be NXT, but in the UK, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, that's...
It's all about the matches.
It's all about the matches.
And some storytelling, but the storytelling usually takes place in the ring.
In the ring, yes. So there's an outlet for the type of wrestling that we enjoy, even though this Shelton Benjamin AJ Styles match on SmackDown is good.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. SmackDown has consistently consistent. I think that if SmackDown can do that, why can't Raw? People like to say because it's 3 hours, but I disagree. I just I don't think they space out their talent or utilize enough of their talent for 3 hours. Wow, Shelton Benjamin's such a hoss.
Get it? Because he was a part of the greatest tag team, and his partner was Charlie
Haas. Ah, good one. That's connection there. But I think that as we go forward, I'm looking forward to watching NXT UK when I got time. Next, Kenny Omega.
Yeah, he said just because he hurt his hand doesn't mean he can't Yeller Tanahashi.
Yeah, that and
I found that funny.
That and he's working with a fractured rib. That was the news part. That was my news part, was that he's working with a fractured rib right now. Even though he also had a not broken but like a bruised foot for a while too. So the IWGP champion revealed on his Twitch stream that he's got a fractured rib. So I definitely watched that triple threat match with him and Cody and Coda. And
Did you?
It was amazing. Okay. That whole show, King of Pro Wrestling, was amazing.
You got the new U.S. champ.
Oh, that was the Long Beach show.
Oh yeah, that happened in America.
Yes, but that was also a good match too. That show was actually just okay. The match with the Young Bucks and the Girls of Destiny was good, and then the match with Cody and Juice was good, and the stuff with Kenny, the match with Kenny Omega was, oh my gosh, I forgot who we wrestled, but that match was good too. But overall, that card was just kind of, But King of Pro Wrestling, which was next month, was way better.
What did you think about the reveal of
Switchblade?
No.
Oh.
Well, okay, so 2 factions expanded.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both our boys. I'm getting my Halloween shirt tomorrow. Get my LIG Halloween shirt tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The sale starts at her S&T, so I'm going up there. I'm taking Marissa up there because her birthday's this weekend. She's coming out for the weekend, so I'm taking her there.
So can I cash up you? How much is the shirt?
I will text you.
Okay.
And you can just boom bop it to me.
Yep.
We'll get our LIJ on there. Yeah. Get our LIJ on together for Halloween to do. Yes.
Tranquilo.
Fucking tranquilo for life, baby. So yeah. I was really excited. I don't watch Dragon Gate. I am.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dragon Gate
the Pro Wrestling. I don't watch it, but
how would
considering,
you be able to watch it?
I think it does have a stream too. Like you can pay for it, watch it online.
Huh.
Yeah, even the Japanese wrestling, they have that now. So my boy Kelly of Voices of Wrestling put me on some really cool information about Shingo Takatsu. I think I said that name right. I think I said his name correctly. Shingo.
I speak American English.
Thanks.
Help you with
thanks for being honest at least. But Shingo, I think at least I know his first name is Shingo. Apparently he was like at the top heel in Dragon Gate. So when he left, that was kind of a big deal. I had no clue who was going to be part of LIJ. I didn't think they were going to have an American member. So
actually, I was I listening to a podcast or reading about it? But someone was like, it's probably going to be this guy because him and Naito used to have the same trainer or went to the same school. There's some obscure connection, and it was that guy.
Oh, that was it?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Take a little pull. Hey, the mascot's here. Little Troy's made it. Little Big Troy now. Hey, little kitty cat. You coming to hang out with us as we talk wrestling?
He has no choice.
He has no choice. That's right. You're here, baby. I'm excited. I liked the match. I liked his intro match. He's gonna be in the Super Junior tag with Ibushi. So
nice.
Yeah. So that I'm a huge fan, and I keep learning more about myself as I get older. I'm a huge fan of tag team wrestling. Like, I can't hide it anymore. I used to be like, oh yeah, tag team wrestling. But tag team wrestling, I really like it. So I really enjoy like the tag team tournaments, like the Super Junior and the regular one, because for the past 3 years now, I think I've watched them in New Japan. And whenever the WWE actually gives the tag team division like chances, like in and out of time the past couple years, I really enjoy them.
Yeah.
And all the tag team stuff in NXT has been
A1 since day one.
Superb, dude.
Except
oh my gosh.
Dragons.
I need the cats, the black dudes. Yo, Street Profits. They gotta give. NXT is playing games.
There's a rumor.
NXT is playing games.
There's a rumor going around that, and get ready for this. They're gonna come into the main roster and join the New Day.
That would be cool, but I need them to win them tag team titles in NXT first.
You really think they're gonna
yes.
give up War Raiders for Street Profits?
Well, they'll work. Honestly, they'll work up to that. Let those. Here's the thing about Street Profits. Montez Ford, he's the young one, right? He's not the one married to Bianca Belair.
No, he is.
Okay, Montez Ford is a G. I think I retweeted his promo earlier today. I don't know if you have been on Twitter yet. Go on my profile and timeline and look for his. I retweeted it and I think I said something like, "Yo, this dude is gonna be amazing." His whole promo about how because so right now on storyline, this is actually the last NXT match I watched. During a match we probably had with somebody else, the biker gang, TM stole their chains from ringside, so TM whatever the name is, they keep kind of ducking and dodging Street Profits. So
TM61.
Yeah,
the Mighty.
Yeah, so Ford cut this really good promo about why the change is so important and what they mean to black culture, and like it was just this bomb like for the culture promo, like for the culture wrestling promo that I was like he's on my list of wrestlers I want to see more from coming in 2019. Like him and his wife are gonna be, if they come up to the main roster as like a power duo, like look out, because oh my gosh, it was really good. Like I definitely want you to check it out when you get a chance. So I need those cats to get some shine down in NXT in terms of just tag wrestling and heavy construction or whatever the construction dudes are. I love them. They're fun. Heavy machinery. They're just fun. Tucky and Dozer. Come here, Tucky. The way he says Tucky all the time is just the best. So I was excited for the LIG stuff in terms of them getting a new teammate, but the stuff with Bullet Club has been the most fun faction war stuff in a very long time, because Jay White was offered a spot a while ago by who? Kenny Omega. That same night, Tamatonga, who's also part of Bullet Club, was like, when he was asked about it, he was like, what do you think Jay White didn't accept Kenny Omega's membership to Bullet Club? He said, well, maybe the wrong person asked him. Ooh. Yo, I was like, ooh, we're planting seeds. We're sowing seeds, brother.
You mean more?
Oh, more. Yeah, more. More seeds being planted, baby. So Bullet Club is like all this cracking it in. All the stuff with Jay White, with Tanahashi and Okada and Chaos. And it's like, Jay White, you sir are part of Bullet Club. Because I was never sold on Jay White. I think I've been on record for both this show, whenever we rarely talk about New Japan, but on Nerfing Strangers, I basically was like, Jay White is dry white toast to me. He is not dry white toast to me. The past couple months.
You didn't care about him when he was a U.S. champ.
Yes, yeah. I remember I said, I did not care when he was U.S. champion. But ever since the stuff all the stuff he was trying to do with Chaos and trying to make them like harder and tougher and like cheat to win and like not care, I really enjoyed that. I was like, okay, there's some character here. And like the more stuff he did, and then he turned on Okada, and then he got Gedo and Jado to turn Okada, and then he's part of Bullet Club.
Yep.
And I was like, oh. And then New Japan World has been like showing this video comparing him to Finn Balor, because they're both like, because Finn Balor trained him apparently. I didn't know that. Yeah! Apparently Finn Balor was one of the guys who kind of like trained him as a young, because he was a young boy.
Also trained Becky.
Yeah, and Jay White was a young boy in New Japan when Finn Balor was there, so I guess he was like one of his mentors apparently, something like that. So like even down to like the rock and roller thing that Jay White does, like that's something Finn Balor does. It was just like, oh my gosh, it's coming full circle, because even Fale, who was like the oldest member of basically a Bullet Club, was like, he posted the video too about the stuff like comparing Jay White.
He tagged Finn Balor.
Yeah, you did. That was so cool.
Yeah, it literally was just like at Finn Balor.
Yeah,
it was a retweet.
That
was
was
like, at Finn Balor, at Jay White.
That was so cool. I thought that was just like, when Fale is doing that, that's like respect. So all the stuff with New Japan is very interesting and very fun, and Wrestle Kingdom is in January, and I will be up in the middle of the night to watch it, like I have been for the past like 4 or 5 years.
What day is that?
I don't know yet. I have to look it up again. But also Chris Jericho returned to beat up Evil, which was amazing. Chris Jericho loves to wear his paint and loves to like just kind of dress up and beat up people. So he'll be actually defending his Intercontinental title when he comes back from his boat cruise. After his boat cruise, he'll be back in Japan at Power Struggle to wrestle Evil, one of our boys, one of our LIJ boys. Who, by the way, Evil is my like extra name on Twitter. Don't make that face here like October is evil. Everything is evil.
So yeah, January 4th.
You're a hater.
Is when Wrestle Kingdom 13.
Hey, evil's amazing. You're a hater.
Hey man, it's not that I'm a hater. I just I prefer Naito.
We all prefer Naito.
No, that's not true. You prefer Evil.
I think he's
fuck every LIJ person.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I just think he's underrated.
They are
even
a
though
team.
He's had amazing. No, they are a team.
They're the only faction that doesn't have any riffs in it at the moment.
Even though they at times, but never heavy enough. They would end up in really good matches. Did you watch the G1 stuff with him and Wow, Cold Skull, because I can't remember his name right now. But I always know his nickname. Sanada. That's how I remember things. I have to like find connections. But the Naito versus Sanada was a really good match in the G1.
From this year?
Yes.
I missed a lot of the G. I didn't get my account, not my account, but I didn't get my account working for the G1 on my phone all the time.
Gotcha.
So like when it would work, it would lag. I was like,
Yeah, I know. I feel you. So that's all the really fun news.
Pete Dunne might be injured.
Yeah.
They say he got a foot injury.
Also, Kevin Owens.
Is going to have knee surgery. So he may be out between 4 to 12 months.
Sasha Banks is there.
Sasha Banks.
The Sasha Banks report, because apparently Sasha Banks has been missing since who knows how long?
September 25th.
Dude, you got a whole ass date.
I was reading an article at work.
I didn't really know.
They listed the date.
Holy shit.
It was either 25th or the 22nd.
This hurts because Sasha Banks deserves to be at Evolution, and if she truly is hurt, this is such a bummer, and this disappoints me even more, just the direction that they've taken with her and Bailey, and it's just like, man, I'm at a loss for words on this, just because I think for both of us, especially for at least I'd like to say that, but like for me, watching women's wrestling in here when me and you were living together, like I remember those Sasha and Charlotte matches we watched here. I like the night we watched Charlotte get her tracks pulled out and beat with, like that was an iconic moment where we marked our butts off. Like all that stuff was like the good times that I like to remember, and like we were so happy when they all got called up. And you see all the greatness that's happened with Charlotte in the time when Sasha's been in that position to be a champion. She's always delivered. It's been good stuff. Bailey has always been the chaser and never really gotten there, but at least at times we've seen
all the 4 horsewomen have been champions.
Yeah. But why does it feel like so incomplete right now? Because
supposedly there's good news to the whole Sasha situation that she's advertised for a house show in Portland on the 20th.
Okay.
And Evolution takes place the following week. So supposedly she might make a return as a surprise guest.
Get some ring.
Or a surprise guest to a match.
Okay. Supposedly just get some work in before, maybe?
Yeah, a rumor that I forgot to mention is that supposedly they're going to introduce the
women's tag.
Women's tag title.
I think that if that doesn't happen within the next week, is it really happening?
Yes.
I suppose so. They like to do things last minute, so I suppose you're not wrong about that. But the amount of injury, I think the good thing at least is that the injury news seems to be hasn't been as extreme,
severe,
especially with the way pay-per-views have been, where not everybody has actually been wrestling on pay-per-views, or even wrestling on SmackDown and Raw, which is a twofold thing.
Supposedly she asked for some time too. She was gonna do some mental shit, which I can't relate to.
No, same here. So I absolutely understand that. Especially when if your job isn't helping you be healthy. Not in terms of WWE not helping her be healthy, but when you're not happy at work, essentially, you take that home. So if she needs that time, I'm glad she asked for it, and I hope she comes back better for it. Especially because she deserves to be a part of this Evolution pay-per-view.
She's responsible for it.
I would agree, to an extent.
She was
not completely,
first woman to main event NXT pay-per-view.
First Hell in a Cell, right? Too, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, and first one to main event regular pay-per-view too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
don't. The main event, Raw.
Yeah, don't get it. Yeah, that's not get it twisted. Like she's integral.
She deserves everything. She deserves the world, and they're not giving it to her. And I'm getting mad because Sasha Banks is the greatest in-ring performer that WWE has.
Yeah,
not just a woman.
Honestly, a black woman. Yeah, Kat.
Yeah.
Let that sister get her shine. I'm tired of just seeing blondies with titles, although. No, there's only one blondie with a title right now.
Ooh.
Ronda Rousey, she's blonde, isn't she?
Blonde. It's like a light brown.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. I'm not sure how that hair color thing works. She just looks blonde to me.
Nope. She ain't no blonde.
Okay. So then no blondies right now.
Nope.
Which for a while, it was all blondies.
I will never forget that. Tweet that was just all of just the hairs. It was just all their heads.
Yeah.
No faces, just the heads. This is what a women's title or a women's champion is right now. It's
like a short blonde white lady, a thin blonde white lady. Like how effed up is that? when honestly people want to see themselves in the world, that even they watch when they try to escape, they at least want to be able to relate somewhat to the people they see. And you can't do that when all your champions is white as hell. Just blonde white chicks. That face was great. So no, it's good to see Becky doing her thing.
Yep.
I'm still just kind of meh on Ronda Rousey, but once again, athletic woman coming from an MMA sport that took a long time for women to get respected in MMA. So she's coming from an area where she had to work to be respected. So big ups to her, and she's proven her way here in the WWE, or making her way here in the WWE, proving that she's just as good. So I'm not so just yet, but I don't think she's bad at it. She's still just learning the ropes. So.
You talking about Becky?
No, Ronda.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, I should have been more felt streamlined there in terms of thought. Pronouns, pal. Ronda. I think Ronda's almost there. She's not there yet, but she's
still hella green.
Yeah, but she's getting there.
Oh no, she's learning very quickly.
Yeah,
they keep comparing her to Kurt Angle.
I don't think let's slow our roll. Kurt Angle was good. Kurt Angle was damn good.
Good.
From the moment he came out the gate
Ronda's first match was great.
But consider who she was in the ring with.
We had this discussion literally this episode.
Yeah.
She helped that match be great.
Yeah, we did. Shut up. Drugs. Sometimes because you want to forget some of the things you watched in the same time frame. We did definitely say them. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I mean, but I mean that's just her in a big match situation. I think from just like television show to television show.
True.
Because it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like she's a big time performer. So in that situation, like we discussed, she did her thing.
Yeah.
But like we're talking about going TV and actual like wrestling and like working full time and doing commercial stuff and all that timing thing that goes on with television on a network basis that you don't deal with on pay per view. Well, now you do because now they even have commercials on pay per views now, but they aren't as frequent as on regular TV. But not to lose our point. I think that she is still getting better in terms of like working television. So, yeah, it's a lot of good news, a lot of tough injury news, and then let's get to Crown Jewel news.
Are we talking about the card or are we talking about the potential murder?
The potential murder.
Oh,
the whole luring, kidnapping, dismembering, and then possibly like flying the body part. This reads like a Tom Clancy novel. And the fact that somehow the WWE with all its weird let's just throw out our most ridiculous things that we know from WWE. There has been
Vince McMahon said nigger on TV.
Yeah, Vince McMahon also wore a do-rag on TV.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Vince McMahon also died on TV apparently.
Oh yeah.
Like, remember the first three things we just let off with in the most ridiculous shit in WWE? The owner
and CEO
and president. He was a part of it. You had a man who did nothing but drink beer and threw up the middle finger.
And then the guy who drank milk.
You had an undead dude. You had a dude who basically burned people to death. Literally burned a man on television to death.
He was the dead man's brother.
Yeah. It was by the way, the dead man's brother can set people on fire with magic. You had Tatanka. You had a narcissist. You had Papa Shango.
You also had the dragon, a literal
dragon.
This dude came
man and spit. Yeah, so you had a man come out spitting fire. You even went to the depths of having a magician.
Hey yo,
like,
remember the tag team match? You love tag team wrestling.
I sure do.
Remember the tag team match with Vince and Shane versus
HBK
Shawn Michaels and God?
Oh yeah. By the way. The owner of the company, he challenged God literally in a church.
Oh.
He challenged to fight God on God's turf.
Hey, who won the match?
God. Duh. A literal beacon of light beat Vince McMahon. And oh, by the way, on Raw, Vince got his win back.
Oh, yeah.
Vince Vince got his win back. The goddamn 50-50 booking. Just complete bullshit. So
I can beat God.
So, let's come back to 2018 right now.
Oh, man.
A journalist, a dissident of Saudi Arabia, a country that just gave the WWE... Yes, a U.S. journalist but he was also a dissident of Saudi Arabia. He self-imposed.
No, the whole reason why it's such a debacle is because of the treaty the agreement.
Yeah, but along with yes. So basically, Saudi Arabia is a U.S. ally now.
Yeah.
So the fact that there's literal video of this journalist going into the Saudi consulate and never leaving the damn building, and then the Turkish secret first of all, let's just get back to the details of this. Poor journalist just doing his job, first of all. Not even doing his job, he was going to get a marriage license, bro.
Wow.
He was about to get married.
Wow.
He was about to get married. That's one of the worst parts of that makes this story even, his wife, dude, it was so heartbreaking reading the story. Before I started reading the stuff for WWE, I was just keeping up with the story. And, up until the reports about the dismemberment and like possible murder, his wife was holding out so much hope that he was still alive, and it was like sis,
Damn.
international like for let's bring it back to wrestling. Unfortunately, for WWE to be given almost $500 million
Basically,
of money,
$450 million
to run propaganda
for 10 years.
For 10 years for a country that basically, allegedly, I mean, we have to say allegedly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That for a country that allegedly killed a journalist who was basically just writing about the country and what he wanted the country to do better, to be better. A country, by the way, that still treats women like second-class citizens to like the nth degree, by the way. Like there's so many women who are activists who've been detained because they're actively fighting for women's rights.
Mm-hmm.
So they're being jailed for that. They're trying to push the death penalty on one woman's. Yeah, that's still currently ongoing.
Just given the privilege to drive. What, last year or this year?
Last year.
Like very recently.
That was part of the whole damn propaganda video they showed on the dude when we watched the Saudi the first one. They showed that whole 4-minute ad about how great Saudi Arabia was.
Alright, so I've been on WWE's Twitter for...
Oh, so they put WWE's monitoring. They sent out a release to Pro Wrestling Sheet, and that it is now 8:40 p.m. as we record. That tweet went out from Pro Wrestling Sheet that WWE is monitoring Saudi government's involvement. That tweet went out at 5:41. So that's still within 3 hours. So it's still pretty much brand new.
They said nothing on their Twitter.
Yeah, they're not really.
I'm saying on their Twitter they don't have any mention of the Crown Jewel. It's I believe they deleted all this stuff.
Really?
I'm literally on hour 11 now.
And nothing about
tweet, and I see no hashtag Crown Jewel.
Search Saudi or search Crown Jewel on their page for that's interesting. That's fascinating. I mean, they've already moved the show to a smaller venue already.
Construction.
That was the reason.
Well, they actually moved some football games too, because of that, and they love them some football.
Okay, because they moved to a smaller venue for sure, so it's not going to be the same size of basically guests showing up, but for WWE to just be monitoring the situation when it's looking pretty... let's be real. The world has become a very easy place to reveal and expose truths.
Yeah.
That without the growth of technology, the explosion of how readily accessible technology is just watching us, it would take a very clever group of people and a very even for Saudi Arabia people, they're rich, but you're not shutting down cameras all over the place, rich, or maybe you are, but they didn't shut down enough apparently. So
Crown Jewel,
nothing
from WWE.
There's radio silence on the Crown Jewel. On all things WWE.
This is wild.
And that's what, so that WWE monitoring situation has been for 3 hours. I can see them within 3 hours cleaning, scrubbing it. I'm going to look on their Instagram page and ask you this. Does any of this matter?
No. You know why?
Give it to me.
It's a machine, bro. It's a machine. That's literally how the fucking world works. I don't mean to make this into a metaphysical, idealistic approach, but I have to right now. That's just how the world works. No matter the travesty, you're still gonna fucking do it. Perfect example, Brett Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
So the bad guy always wins.
It's a shitty way to think about things, but you're not wrong. The WWE, so we just talked about how fucking ridiculous WWE is. but they also want to be fucking serious when they have these TV deals. They do all this like charity work. They talk about the brand being more not being wrestling but sports entertainment. Well, here's the thing: you made your money on wrestling, sports entertainment, and the complete like bullshit of it. You can't then become this publicly traded company that does all this stuff in terms of public, just outreach in terms of your contributions and donations to all these really big charities, really blow yourself up as this big charitable organization, all with the sports entertainment stuff. Then align yourself with countries that are possibly really dangerous in terms of like world politics, like in terms of like not just controlling money, but like actually creating policy and oppressing. Like, darn, we're talking oppressing people. Like we know, like we black and we still deal with like oppression stuff, but like we still talk about women can't like literally
they can't wear pants.
Like like women still go through shit here in America, but think of Saudi Arabia is like the next level of.
It's very primitive.
Very.
Like, it's insane. And that's my point that I made earlier. Without the full commitment of Saudi Arabia, I don't think they would have done Evolution.
No, I mean, because they wouldn't have the money. Because here's the thing: if Evolution, let's just say for the sake of argument that if Evolution doesn't necessarily like sell enough tickets or whatever,
which rumor has it has not.
WWE won't be hurting for money between Saudi Arabia deal and the Fox deal
and the USA
extension. That's a drop in the bucket. That there's a drop in the bucket, and you can thank Saudi Arabia. In all honesty, I mean the Fox deal gives you a little bit of wiggle room, but then you get another whole $500 million dollars. That gives you plenty of wiggle room to do whatever the hell you want and pay people whatever the hell you want for. Let's do this. 2 days. Yeah, exactly. Let's do this. Oh, you would have one pay-per-view? Go ahead. Why the fuck not? Right? Just go ahead. Knock it out, pal. So, yeah, I mean, the Saudi Arabia deal is definitely going to make people that we've watched come a long way richer. Yeah. Which is cool. I mean, hell, I don't. Did you see Xavier Woods' new arcade room? Mm-mm. Oh, go on his Instagram. Like, it's not done yet, but it looks effing amazing. But that, like, you can't knock the people who are working because every WWE star has been, silent on these things, but they still are. Wow, yeah. So I see they got their Royal Rumble up. The only pay-per-view I see up on Instagram is talking about either the SmackDown 1000, like the lead up to SmackDown 1000, or the Royal Rumble.
Oh, that's happening in 2019, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here's one. Here's one crown jewel. This is 5 days ago though. I went back to go back 5 days to find a crown jewel ad on the Instagram page. And that ad was basically announcing the AJ Styles Daniel Bryan championship match.
Oh,
which is basically revealed. What that was like right after Australia. Yeah. Yeah, that's 5 days ago. Yeah. So, yeah.
And you gotta have your WWE champion.
Yeah.
That's like the.
But there shouldn't be.
They scrub that shit.
They scrub. But as much as WWE stays on my damn Instagram timeline, you think you'd see something about
it's wild, right?
Crown Jewel.
They got rid of their Twitter mentions and their Instagram mentions.
So there's so they're kind of sort of circling the wagons and kind of waiting to see it. Dude, I mean, they can't get out of it.
No, I still believe they're going to do it. I just don't think they're going to have their media.
Like, they already got the fucking money. They're putting on this Evolution show is happening. Like, these women are going out there. They're putting a motherfucking show on, okay? We done taken your money.
Watch it be the best pay-per-view of the year.
Dude, I'm kind of like you. I'm going in this pay-per-view with no expectations.
That's how you go to every pay-per-view.
That's how you should. I think you do better than you do better than I do. I will freely admit. I always go with low expectations.
SummerSlam 2005 taught me that.
Oh my gosh. But
and WrestleMania 19.
yeah, ooh, um, wow. I had to think about WrestleMania 19. Who is in it again?
That's where Booker T lost.
Yeah. Let's move on.
But that's the segue to the point, though. Actually,
yeah.
What's our next?
So the current status of black wrestlers in wrestling. So let's start with the rough. Titus Worldwide, Apollo Crews, and Titus O'Neil. Apollo's been wrestling on Main Event against Tyler Breeze lately. That's been the extent of him.
Well, this Main Event even come on?
The network. I don't know what time. I just know it comes on the network. But Main Event does happen. Yeah.
Just send the man back to NXT.
Just send the man back to NXT.
The talent is too crazy there. They got a mid-card belt he could chase after you. Then
you can have him wrestle against Ricochet, and that would be a dope-ass match. Like, why are we playing these games? Why do we do this?
They got enough money to send him down there.
They got enough money to send him down, but they got enough money just to keep sitting his ass right there. So, that's Apollo Crews. Titus, the good thing about Titus O'Neil is that he's also an ambassador for WWE.
Yep.
So well,
he's good.
It's good. Like he's good for as a face that runs the place in terms of like ambassadoring, but I think the last time he was on television was when they were doing the AOP stuff, and that's been almost months now. AOP?
No. Who was that?
Titus. I think maybe he was on afterwards, but Dana Brooke finally left Titus Worldwide.
I think that was the last time.
Yes, thank you.
Cause I'm really thinking.
No, actually, thanks for refreshing me. Like I was like, wait a second, no, that's not right, because Dana Brooke was still doing stuff, and then Dana Brooke left him. So I think that was his last time on TV was when Dana Brooke left.
Yeah, and then Dana Brooke hasn't been on TV since she lost to Sasha and Bailey week to week.
Yeah, the last time I saw her, she was just at the Mae Young, just like doing the hand wave thing.
Yeah,
that's when the last time I saw her. So Apollo Crews, Titus, you're on the back of milk cartons, like wanted. Where are you, buddy? Come home.
Where was Alicia Fox this week?
Oh, she was. They didn't show it on the Raw we watched, but she's still doing the stuff with the Guru.
The Guru. Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal.
Okay.
Yeah, she's still rocking with him.
Okay.
They didn't show that match on Hulu, but they had like a match.
No, that actually makes sense because I'm like the Alexa Mickie James. Yeah, Paige is amazing.
Yeah.
She's so fine.
Alberto Del Rio's such a jerk. Alberto Del Rio's the worst. How? She's gorgeous.
She's Caucasian, but she has like full lips.
I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that.
She knows it. Like she utilizes her lips very well.
Oh my god, I can't stand you. Let's get.
Paige is amazing, but.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Okay. Yes. We were talking about not Paige. Damn it, Paige! Stop disrupting us with your beauty on the TV. We left off with Titus and Apollo.
Yeah.
And then we went. Alicia Fox.
Alicia Fox. Yeah.
So Alicia Fox has actually been good for her coming back to television. She's actually been on the solid side of things.
No, I was gonna say it doesn't make sense because they're doing Trish and Lita versus Bliss and Jen. It wouldn't make sense to have someone else there because there wasn't a third woman at the time for them, so it makes more sense that she's with Mahal.
Oh yeah, no,
that's why I was like, that's why I didn't see her.
Oh, okay, yeah, no doubt. I mean, I'm sure she'll still end up being on the Evolution doing something.
Oh yeah,
but no, it's just good to see her on television weekly, and doing the whole gimmick with one of the Singh brothers, and like how she doesn't like him, and like he chases him around the ring. I think it's the funniest thing. So she's so good in that comedy role, but also she can go.
Oh yeah, she's got
like,
the best Northern Lights.
That suplex, her suplex. Even I like her little like thrust kick when she like throws a whole leg. Yeah, puts a whole leg in your face. It's like ouch. That's like, and she's so tall, so it's just like a foot and like leg is like spring loaded, hitting you in the throat. So Alicia Fox is out here thriving. We already talked about Sasha. The New Day are also thriving.
Yeah.
They beat the Bar at Super Show, so I'm not sure what's next for them.
Supposedly they're coming out with some new snacks. Can't remember what it was, but I was reading about it. They're coming out with some new. Supposedly.
Dude, there's so anything they do is money. So
Yeah.
I wish that there were more black folk getting that shine right now, like the New Day. I don't think anybody comes close to that. It was good. It was good to see Shelton Benjamin in a match against Daniel Bryan, which
he won.
He won too.
But then he lost to AJ the next week,
which isn't bad because it's AJ Styles who's the champion.
And it was also a great match.
And it was also a great match. And those two, I think they
wrestle forever.
Yeah, I think they had a match too in New Japan.
They did.
That I need to watch it. It's been forever since I've seen it. But yeah, I mean, Shelton Benjamin can go.
Yeah.
So, and it's good to see him back on TV because after them they stopped teaming him up with Gable, he was just kind of there. So, we hit Naomi and Asuka.
May go into the tag team thing. That's the only thing which I can explain for that, because why would they do random women tags pairings if they're not doing women tag teams? Cause
for the titles, yeah. Honestly, it's where both of them should be in, like, they should be climbing the mountain or chasing for the title, especially Asuka.
Peep this random idea I just had, interjection.
Yeah.
But what if they don't introduce women tag teams, but a new women's mid card? That would be defended across both the brands, and then all these tag teams list, and the winner.
No, I'm just clearing my throat. Go ahead. Yeah.
The winner, the inaugural champion is going to be the Iconics, right?
Who got a great win there? Oh, that was one of the other good matches from Super Show. Was Iconics, Asuka, Naomi match? Yes. We're going to go back that way, but yes, Iconics. That was what I was hoping that there would be the Iconics getting some build. If they're doing Naomi and Asuka to help get them to where they gotta go, cool. Yeah. I'm with it. But at some point, I need Naomi and Asuka fighting each other.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what it's gonna lead up to.
Like 100%.
I honestly believe that Naomi's gonna take another pin.
Yeah.
And Naomi goes heel.
That would be fun. That would be interesting.
Because heel Naomi was good.
But dope. See, I need heel Asuka. I think we've had enough.
Asuka doesn't need to be heel though. That's the thing.
I disagree, but not wholeheartedly. I want to agree with you. The problem is that they built her up so high with the undefeated streak. Then she lost it.
No, you're correct, because a heel Asuka beating a 2-time women's champion makes her much more dangerous than a 2-time champion beating up a babyface Asuka.
Yeah, babyface Asuka's fun, but I think we have I'm still looking at old Asuka matches and seeing some of her just her harder hitting stuff. If we get that Asuka, or even the earlier NXT Asuka when she just straight was murdered, legitimately looking like she was murdering people, that's heel Asuka.
Yeah.
That's just let her do the full bloody makeup where she's chewing blood tablets and bleeding out of her mouth and coming out to the ring. Well, not just dancing, but just. Actually, it's coming warrior. We're coming down to beat ass and then beat more ass and leave. That's it. But yeah, speaking of black folks who are still thriving, R-Truth.
He just showed up on SmackDown.
Dude, I didn't see this. I didn't see this coming because I don't know if you've been for the past couple of months or weeks and months when Carmella was still champion. R-Truth was trying to kidnap her because
he didn't try. He did kidnap her.
Did he kidnap her?
They're put her down, R-Truth.
Oh, okay. So he actually did get to kidnap her. But yeah, there was a whole bit about that, and they were so funny. R-Truth is just a funny
world champion,
dude, and former NW world champion, and also he can wrestle.
Yeah.
The dude, he's 40 years old, and that's the thing. That's the difference between him and the other 40-year guys. He still looks young. He wrestles like he's a young dude. He moves.
It sounds like you're disrespecting AJ Styles.
I'm not talking about AJ Styles. I'm talking about the dudes from the Super Show. From that specific match. AJ Styles and R-Truth are in a different league.
And Shelton Benjamin.
And yeah. And Shelton Benjamin, yeah. And Sheldon Benjamin and R-Truth don't like they got the black don't crack like they don't look it.
They look exactly the same 10 years ago.
Yes. Did you see the picture I posted of myself from my
the frog.
Yeah, dude, I was like, damn.
Just do it.
Same.
Just do
like,
it.
it's like
you
same.
You got the hair now, just do it.
But I mean, I may, but like
it's October.
It's October. I didn't actually want to get a haircut because I'm ready to like get my sides done off. So when I do my locks back,
you're gonna get a haircut now.
You know me. Why is this a shock to you for me to do random ass shit at the most weirdest of times?
I actually do gotta get a haircut though myself. I don't even know. I don't know. I'm looking at you.
Plus, I'm ready. I miss wearing hats too.
True.
Yeah, like I'm not getting my LIJ hat tomorrow, but I'm gonna be like, oh, I gotta get a haircut so I can wear this damn hat.
Or press out your hair.
So we'll talk about. I want to ask you about that. We'll talk about that once we're done with the show.
Okay.
So good on R-Truth, dude. NXT in terms of.
Well, we're not off the main roster.
We're off the main roster yet, right?
We still got Cedric Alexander, even though he lost.
Dude, his stock is still high.
Yeah, he was the longest reigning cruiserweight champion, if I'm not mistaken.
He did run a third rings.
I'll look it up. I could be wrong.
Okay. Either way, though.
Yeah, he was amazing.
He was amazing. Buddy Murphy was amazing. I think that this was Buddy Murphy's best match. I think like he's been having some really good matches.
Fire matches.
But this was his best.
Good
for Buddy Murphy, man.
I think it was the home crowd that literally gave.
Hey, man, that's what sometimes it be like.
They were the fifth man. Yeah, sorry, sixth man.
Sixth man. But you know what? It'd be like that. And dude, another guy we used to watch here when we were living together, Buddy Murphy, when he was tagging up was what's his face and a young Alexa Bliss in their really cool tag team outfits all the dang time. Yeah, don't worry, because his name has changed now that he's part of the biker group he's in on NXT now.
Forgotten Sons.
Yeah, the Forgotten Sons, yeah. He's part of that group now.
Wesley Blake.
Thank you, Wesley Blake. So, Buddy Murphy Buddy Murphy out of the three of them too, like him and Alexa, really have come into their own, so kudos to them.
Yeah, good.
But back to Cedric though. Cedric is
fire.
I think we were talking about this off the air. That Cedric heel turn. Yeah.
Possibly. But it could have just been hometown.
It could have just been because
actually, he kind of acted like a little dick. A little bit, not like majorly, but a little bit.
Yeah, I think he was.
So I think it's gonna be. I personally believe it's gonna be a slow burn since she lost the belt. We'll see where this goes.
Yeah, we'll see because they may do a whole other thing with the heart and soul, and his evilness makes Mustafa Ali that much a bigger face when he destroys him.
And they have chemistry. It's like
just the chef's masterpiece. Yes, yeah, for real. So, dude, if that happens with those two guys, plus with Buddy Murphy as champion, legit.
Carmella is the white version of Cardi B.
What are you doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing? But also,
we also have. I'm sorry, go.
No, Carmella, I really enjoy her. There's not a lot of this. I don't understand why people are like the scream was at times a bit much whenever she screamed in her matches. But besides that, I enjoy Carmella.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Next person on the main roster we still didn't talk about was our boy. It's two boys actually. One is a child. Leo Rush. Leo Rush and
Bobby Lashley. Dude, what? Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I think we've had the discussion that Face Lashley is not best for business.
That's why
Face Lashley is not best for
Lesnar.
Yeah, Face Lashley is not best for business.
Ever.
Heel Lashley with a mouthy
piece of
shit. Yeah.
Oh my.
I was so tired of him talking on the mic, but it was like, yes, good. Yes, make me not like you more. Make me dislike you. Because you just need to shut up. I hope they don't go completely where he's not fighting at all. Because I like the dynamic, the idea. I like the idea of Leo also still being able to possibly at times when he needs to be a tag team partner with Bobby. If they want to do that. But he's still his manager.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be the complete runaway manager.
Yeah.
But yes, Bobby Lashley's stock immediately went up with me because I was done with him. Like
Leo Rush can go.
Leo Rush can go.
And like one of his gimmicks in the indie scene was Mr. No Cell.
Yeah, the whole power off the ladder.
So like I really want if they ever do a turn or a potential betrayal, have Bobby Lashley hit him with that long ass suplex thing. You know, the jackhammer. And he just holds him for like a minute and a half, and then he drops him. But then Leo Rush just pops back up, and he's just like, at him.
That tiny man.
Yeah.
They're gonna get that working. Like, chew that boy up bubble gum. Chew him up like bubble gum. Oh my gosh, I had like a slow motion moment there.
Yeah, so that's what I imagine to happen eventually.
Yeah, but no, I was ready for Bobby Lashley to do something, and I was losing faith. And then boom, Leo Rush for a couple weeks straight, just makes him heal. We're off to the races, man.
Rush is money.
Rush is money. Did that cover everybody on the main roster?
Are we counting Nia Jax?
We are.
I
was also going to count Tamina. Zelina Vega and our boy. Almas.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I was doing people of color too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then we have a whole lot more on Raw.
Who?
Aren't the Colognes on Raw?
The Colognes are on Raw, but they ain't doing on the Raw.
Exactly.
But you know what? They were just on. No, they're on SmackDown.
Oh, they're on SmackDown. Okay.
They were just on SmackDown a couple weeks ago though, because I think he finally came back from his injury too.
Oh right.
Yes,
right.
I remember he was injured for a long time.
Yeah.
So I think they're slowly going to be reintroduced to the tag team if they do more tag team stuff on SmackDown. I mean, Selena Vegas and wow, why do I keep forgetting his name? Cien. They've been on the rise for months now. So
yeah, but they just lost to R-Truth and Carmella.
Well, that's for that mixed match stuff. I don't think that's
good. They weren't in the mixed match challenge. Zelina Vega and Andrade were not in the mixed
I know.
match.
I'm saying the stuff for those two is because R-Truth and Carmella are in it. I think that's just to push the mixed match stuff. I don't think that's gonna affect. That's not gonna affect CN's solo single push.
They can actually take losses.
Yes. Yeah, they're just that good.
Right.
Yeah. Because the other side of that coin is Nakamura, who's had matches but had constantly had his matches either done in by Randy Orton, which has been becoming quite annoying, or what happened this past week at It
was Randy Orton versus Big Show for the War.
Right, Randy Orton didn't do something. I don't even think Nakamura
He wasn't
on SmackDown.
So he's next week against Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. So we'll see. I guess.
Nia Jax teamed up with Ember Moon.
Yeah, that's right. Ember Moon.
Yeah. She's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the Ember Moon rocket
moment.
Yeah, I think we may have to wait till after Evolution for that. Possibly the Royal Rumble. She's my dark horse for the Royal Rumble. She's my early dark horse.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still got Sasha Banks winning.
That's fine. I've got Ember is my dark horse for winning.
Who would be my dark horse? Oh, not Liv Morgan. Mandy Rose is my dark horse.
Gold Rose.
Yep.
Gosh, she's gorgeous too.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Dark horse.
Just quick shots of NXT and just like indie people. Montez Ford we talked about. Bianca Belair.
Man, if they ever do that power couple thing, it's over. It's over.
It's a wrap. Yo, Keith Lee has been Ricochet's been great. I think there's a young lady named Aaliyah. She's been teaming up with Lacey Evans. I would say I don't want to mess up her name, but she's also been doing some good heel stuff with Lacey Evans, who I cannot stand. I hate her gimmick. I hate her. Her whole thing is like this 1950s pinup, white woman housewife. I just can't get with it. I just can't. It's just way too on the nose of what current white, in terms of just white people who tell you what you can't say or do because that's not their traditional value. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't. I don't want to see that. And maybe that's what they're driving for. And if that's the point, good on them, because I don't want to see her. Like when her match comes on, I almost instantaneously like fast forward through it because also she's been winning. She's been an ass kicking heel, which is like what? I almost expect her at some point to have a title shot, which is like I don't. But the way she's being positioned is like, wait a second, is she?
So wait, you think she's would you compare it to 2011 Miz?
No.
Where people just did not want him to win.
No, she hasn't reached that level with me.
You're not annoyed with her yet.
I'm not annoyed enough with it.
So you're not angry girl. You're not angry Miz girl yet.
Yeah, I'm to the point where I'm fast forwarding through her matches because now she's winning them all. Because at first I was still watching, but then she just kept winning and like winning decisively. And I'm just like, against like really like she was facing Dakota Kai a couple times and she beat her all the time.
Dakota Kai can always take a loss.
I guess, but damn, she just keep on losing to Lacey Evans, and it's just like But yeah, back to our original points of just black folk in wrestling in general. Those are all the NXT people I can think of. In terms of just like indie folk that I've been following, it's good. I got to see Rich Swann in live.
He's not indie.
Rich, I mean, I count Impact as indie. I don't count.
They got a TV deal.
Okay, fine. Fine. You know what? They have a TV deal. Impact on Thursdays. Even though I can't get it on it, even though I have cable, even when I had better cable, I still couldn't get them on my cable. Their TV deal is for people with like too many damn channels who just accidentally run into Impact and don't necessarily. Tell me I'm wrong. Seriously. Like it's not on a actual like a channel that's a part of a package. It's not a real channel. It's just not. It's just not a real channel. I'm sorry. I was trying to kind of like dance around it, but it's not a real channel. Which is why I say Impact is still kind of in. I mean, they're mid. Pro.
They're second. They're number 3.
Yeah.
In the States, number 4 overall.
But I mean, Moose is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Moose, dude. I got to see Moose. Like Moose, Rich Swann, ACH, Myron Reed, and AR Fox. I've been trying to like. I've seen ACH a bunch. ACH is. Do you follow him on Instagram? He's an amazing follow on Instagram.
I follow him on Twitter.
Okay, he's amazing.
He's a weeaboo, right?
He's such a weeaboo.
Yeah.
But he's an amazing weeaboo because his Instagram stories make me want to get back in the gym because he's always showing like he calls him like his Goku like.
Wow.
Dude, he's such a he would probably be the coolest dude to watch anime with. Like he always shows like what he's like playing on like his PlayStation or like all his like really dope One Piece art like in his apartment. Like dude is one of us. Like legitimately like one of the like just nerdiest nerds. Like we all know about Xavier Woods, but it's like ACH is up there too. Like he literally wears a Naruto vest as part of like his gimmick. Part of his gimmick is like he has his whole like ACH stuff into like the hidden leaf like emblem. Like he screams some of the Rock Lee moves, like his wind leaf kick, like it's actually a kick, and then he stomps on your back like after he trips you. Yeah, it's awesome. It's so cool.
Oh, just like what Rock Lee did.
Yes. Yeah. It's so cool. It's so cool. Like ACH is so much fun to watch, dude. He really is. And like ACH and Rich Swann are a tag team in MLW, and they're fun to watch there too. Like it's been really fun to see a lot of wrestlers who are like us, who are black people, who are just black. It's been great to actually go to shows, and it's like you see somebody who looks like you. Like you see something that you grew up watching that used to be a very white sport, and then you had your Rock and your Booker T or your jobbers that were black. It's like you're finally seeing more folks that look like us, men and women, and it's just really fun to pay to go to. That's the other thing. I could pay to go to a show where I normally see a bunch of black folks actually wrestle and not possibly wrestle because it's television, so they may not even be on your screen, backstage pro or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, when I was growing up, black people were mainly the champions.
Well,
we had The Rock. We had,
yeah, that's true.
That's D'Lo Brown.
Yeah.
We had the Dudleys, and they were like alternating champions a lot.
And Jazzy. And Jazz and Jackie. Yeah, and actually, Jazz is still the NWA Women's Champion.
Yeah, they
which
have their,
is awesome. 70th anniversary.
Yeah.
I think that's next weekend.
So
yeah. Like there's just an abundance of black talent wrestling.
So I'm not gonna say that it wasn't around, but yeah, I get it. It was way more.
I mean, there's an abundance. There's more. There's more access to it now than you had to go to an actual WWE show to kind of really just an actual wrestling show like WCW, WWE to see black folks wrestling, and it was still limited. Now, you can go to a local show and feel okay, this talent is gonna be there's somebody on this card that's for me, type of deal, and that makes me all the more want to pay to go to smaller shows and pay my a front row seat. 30 at most for a show around here in the city is $60. And that's only when they have the top dudes who come in from Impact and come from Japan or whatever, and they're on the card. But generally, a front row seat for a show is $30 or $40. You can. That's way more swingable than the bigger things. You know what I'm saying? But
it was pancake mix. That's what New Day might.
The Britney's making a pancake batter.
Yeah, because they're doing this, and I remember reading.
Your face was you had something. It was there. I was let me just stop. The pancake batter. That's so awesome.
I'm buying it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'll find the skillet I had. I used to have a pancake skillet. I don't know where it is. I need to find that and whip it back out. But there's so much good talent, and I think we've honestly hit the that point of the show. Did we have any more stuff? Or we closing thoughts?
As a whole, I believe wrestling is becoming much more diverse.
Yeah.
As a whole, in terms of quality as well as talent, it's not just we have to put this person on top. People have that whole debacle about Jinder Mahal, but people don't know Jinder Mahal's story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This man literally busted his ass.
Yeah.
And got to where he got.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came back with an amazing bod. He worked for that. So people deserve what they get. And my thing is, it's becoming more and more apparent that people are becoming more and more apparent that there needs to be more.
Yeah.
The fact that major companies are all let's try this out and see where it goes is great.
Yeah.
The exposure that African Americans, specifically the New Day, are getting is great. And I could talk about wrestling and I'd be looked at like a weird person because New Day's everywhere.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's funny you mentioned that. I wore my Booty-O's shirt to my job. That's mainly white people, and I just say they're wrestlers, and they're like, "Oh, okay." I think a couple of years ago, if I had a shirt with some 3 black dudes and Booty-O's,
you probably would have went to jail.
Yeah, I'd be like, "What is that even? What do you mean? What does it mean? I don't know." Now I'm just oh, they're wrestlers. Oh, okay, because it's become. Not just wrestlers, but black folks have become mainstream within wrestling. So it's okay, cool. That's just a thing of wrestling. It's not just a thing for white folks wrestling. Yeah. It's for everybody now. And yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish
no, I'm just I was made wrestling cool, and then WWE made wrestling mainstream. So wrestling's cool again, almost not like the Attitude Era cool, but it's become people are there. People want to complain about ratings and stuff.
Yeah, ratings don't mean diddly squat to WWE.
All. To anything anymore.
Well, I think...
all in.
But first, yeah. Well, it was sold out. That's all that mattered.
That's where the money
The pay-per-view was extra. There wasn't... At first, there wasn't going to even be pay-per-view
nope.
at first. They had already sold out the arena before pay-per-view was even on the table. So they had made...
Stream.
Yeah. They made the money. So...
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's just it's become kind of mainstream almost. It's booming again.
Yeah.
And the more people are saying that, people of color are also the shit, it just makes everything better.
Yeah, dude, Pentagon and Ray Phoenix, man. The Lucha Brothers are, I love, I just feel, like, okay, I guess my final thoughts on wrestling is that we are living in a golden era of talent in terms of just really good wrestlers.
Yep.
And the young guys like the Pentas, the Rays, the ACHs, your Rich Swans, who I'm glad he's made it. He's back. Like him and his wife they've resolved that. That's in the past. So he's doing his thing. I'm glad he's been able to come back, and he's been fun to watch still. There's still room for growth. I myself need to watch more women's wrestling. Like, I really need to admit that because, dude, another wrestling promotion that's around here in Chicago, that's local Chicago area, is Shimmer. And Shimmer basically...
I keep forgetting.
Bro, Shimmer has, like, all the women we've been talking about on the show today.
No, but isn't Shimmer in Berwyn?
Yeah, but they also run shows here in, like, Logan Square, too.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. And you know how many people who've gone through Shimmer who, like, are on the Mae Young Classic that we watch, like, everywhere. Like, they've all been in Shimmer. Like, Ruby Riott, I think, was one of the main ones. Like, she was a part of AEW and Shimmer. Like, she was, like, there are plenty of people that we are really big fans of that we didn't even know were in Shimmer that have been here. And we've probably had multiple opportunities and never gone. So, like, there's still even things for us to grow in and, like, to just watch that's more, like, inclusive of all things wrestling that we have to continue to, like, watch and learn about, too. So, there's so much room for growth. I think wrestling has become mainstream in terms of just eyes on the product, but it's not, I don't think it's reached what you were kind of alluding to, that Attitude Era. I don't think it's there. I don't even think there's gonna be. I don't think there's gonna be an until. I think this is the ceiling. I think there was the attempt with, like, doing Total Divas and expanding into, like, TV shows and reality TV stuff, but that's tapered off. Like, that actually hasn't been as big as intended. I'm interested to see the number of fans who have become wrestling fans after kind of getting in Total Divas or watching the Miz show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there is something to be looked at in terms of research for wrestling. Like, branching off into do these other shows, do they actually help? Do they really bring more eyes to the other product to, like, strengthen WWE's, like, whatever? You know what I'm saying? But beyond that, there's so, like, this entire show we've talked about, there's so much wrestling, even within WWE itself, that we have the choice to find what fits us in terms of, like, our schedule, what we really want from our wrestling, that you shouldn't just be watching WWE. You know what I'm saying? Like, you talked about New Japan making wrestling cool. I would say that it wasn't just New Japan. I would also say Ring of Honor and a lot of the smaller promotions. That's the wild part. Like, social media has helped wrestling tremendously. Like, just seeing clips from so many just smaller matches that include these big names when there were a couple of matches I saw of Penta where he was wrestling in a gym in, like, some small town where he was just doing some dope stuff. Like,
my favorite one is Seth Rollins slipping up that big guy.
Oh, yes.
Against, what's the little guy's name? Justin Gabriel.
Yeah, like, stuff like that. Like, that also makes the product that much cooler. So, I think the emergence of, like, Ring of Honor and New Japan becoming more accessible to Americans and globally has been amazing. That's been tremendous for talents like ACH, who's going to be in Super Tag League again this year with Taguchi, which I'm excited for. But also I'm hoping for other... I'm excited that Keith Lee is in NXT, but how cool would it have been if Keith Lee went to New Japan? Like, Keith Lee wrestling Jeff Cobb for the Never Openweight title, that would be tremendous.
I actually wouldn't even mind seeing Keith Lee versus Big Mike Elgin. That would actually be pretty baller.
Yeah, let Keith Lee whip his ass. Just take that kid to work. But while there's so much room, while we talk about how good things are, there's still a lot of room for growth.
Well, there should always be room for growth.
Yeah, I feel like there should have already been a lot more. I think in terms of WWE, we shouldn't just be able to say, oh, New Day's doing this. I think whenever you think about black folk in wrestling, like our current black people in wrestling, all you really have is New Day. Like when we talk about your Seth Rollins, your Roman Reigns, your Braun Strowmans, then you say New Day. You don't say
Banks.
maybe a few months ago. Sasha Banks ain't been Sasha Banks like
See
Baller
We'll
Banks.
see after Evolution.
But I say, we ain't been seeing Baller Banks in a long time. Like I think that name would have carried more weight before all the stuff with Bailey happened. But since then, I would not agree with you. I don't think she would be like marquee name. I think Naomi has more power, carry more weight. If I would say another black person be at New Day, it'd be Naomi. And that's not a knock on Sasha, but I also think Naomi has done more.
And she's on Total Divas.
Well, that too, but also yeah, especially when I said I'm interested to see those numbers for Total Divas and how that plays into everything else. So yeah, absolutely. So I am. We are in October. This year in wrestling has been it's been a good time, honestly. Like it's been fun to like really watch everybody evolve. So, here's to things getting more exciting as we enter the War Games and our Survivor Series modes, and then we start getting ourselves ready for the Rumble.
Countdown.
Yeah, and Wrestle Kingdom and all the big tag tournaments and stuff, and then more stuff. So, whew, that was a lot of wrestling we just talked, dude. Yeah, let's take it home.
Any random shout outs before we close?
Random shout outs to my boys Jerry and Bobby for Nerfic Strangers over at follow us at Nerf Strangers on Twitter and nerficstrangers.com. Those my boys. We talked some wrestling earlier this week. We had a good time. Shout out to you.
Me?
Yeah, you, because you're my bestie.
Hey.
You're my brother, and it's always good to do this with you. And yeah, just I love you, and let's keep making this thing better. Like I was excited for the news you gave me about the website early, and I had been thinking about hitting up my man about the art for a while.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get an idea of like what wrestler you wanted him to possibly like use as like an idea. So it was like I just wanted to sit down with you and finally get to do that. So we could do that after the show, and then I'll to get in contact. So yeah, bro. So let's do this thing.
Shout out to Marty and Sarah. Follow them on Twitter at Marty Sarah Pod. Marty's a really dope comedian, like super funny. Met him. He was one of my substitute instructors at Second City stand-up class, and he's funny. And he also loves wrestling, and he has a podcast, pretty dope, with his woman Sarah. It's dope. Check it out.
I will.
They got a cool pin too.
You know what? It's funny. I'm in Challengers from time to time, and I've seen the pin. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely have to check them out for sure.
They follow us on Twitter. So.
I saw that a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I was like,
give them a shout out, or
sure.
Check them out. Check out the podcast. Yeah. KT.
Yo, Johnny.
We are 3 Count Nation.